So I got this bathroom cabinet off of Facebook Marketplace for £0. They basically were going to be throwing it into the skip. Now, I decided that instead of letting them throw it into a skip, I thought I was going to take a bit of a look at it, take it apart and start kind of a little bit of work on it and try and make it better. And match it my bathroom's aesthetic. I started obviously having to take it apart, kind of really pulled the doors off, got all of the bits and pieces done. You can see that it's just in a sorry state, bit of mould at the bottom, the wood has kind of gone a little bit at the back, it's all got a little bit kind of damaged and a bit water damaged and generally just not in a great state. I was taking it apart, I made sure to get anything out of it that was good enough or could be taken care of. As you can see, the foot just came off. That was great. And then the first thing I just basically did was give it a good old clean using a cleaning solution. You basically went along with a cloth and just wiped all of the mud and the dirt and the moss and the molds just off of it until basically it started just looking a little bit cleaner. Next, I reassembled it and decided to start working on the back, trying to find a way of rebuilding the back of the cabinet up after obviously the leg pretty much came off. To do that, I cut the other leg off, obviously leaving it flat. And then I had to rebuild the original part of it. So I measured the bottom of the cabinet, measured up the new leg, basically got that where it needed to be. I'm going to cut it in half. You can see Coda kind of having a bit of a float around. Attach these little bits of wood on to build up the bottom. Tapped them into the bottom of the cabinet just to provide it a little bit of stability. Made up a sawdust paste that I then used as filler to flatten out the part of the leg that was just in a right state. This stuff was gross on my hands. And then pretty much added it and built it all together. Spent some time fussing Coda, making sure she's all good. She was definitely all good. Stood it up, gave it a bit of a wobble, and it was still really, really wobbly and a bit loose. So I've just tried to find like the flattest part of floor, like that's obviously level, because this bit over here is a bit kind of like off, but I'm still on here and it's still quite wobbly. But what I'm noticing is like the back isn't attached. So what I'm probably going to have to do is, well, probably get my staple gun and just kind of staple in, making it a little bit more solid. Because obviously the last thing you want it to do is kind of have a load of stuff in it just to kind of fall over. And I just got on with putting the nails into the back and the sides, just attaching it all together. And once I did all this, I sanded the entire cabinet down, giving it a good old rough up, just so that obviously I could then start painting it and, putting the primer on it. So I painted it with the primer, making sure to get in all the little nooks and crannies to increase the surface adhesion for the actual layers of paint. As you can see, it already looks all that much better, almost like a brand new cabinet. I then filled in the hole for where the handle went in the door, put a bit of filler in, and then primed this. Then it was time to paint using Authentico Antique Rose.
I painted the cabinet, getting into all the little corners and everything to start with, painting it this nice antique rose pink before getting the roller and rolling on all the paint. And with the primer layer I did in the first place, and the sanding, this went on beautifully. And then here you go, the cabinet all painted. The next job was to put the handle on the cabinet door. I worked out about the central point of the cabinet handle. This handle I got from Amazon because it basically matched in with all the other cabinets and handles for everything else in my bathroom. So it was nice to just kind of have the, a similar, if not the exact same handle across every item in my bathroom. I drilled the holes, screwed the screws in, got it all in, and the handle was on. I then put the hinges back on that I had buffed with a little bit of gold buffing paint, just to allow them to match the rest of the handle and the bathroom itself. I then attached the door back onto the cabinet. Put the magnet and the clasp, and then there you have it. All finished. This was a fun little project, but where I would normally sell something like this, turn over a profit or do something along those lines, instead it was nice doing something that I could use in my own house. This is going to be sitting in my bathroom from now until basically, I decide I want to change the colour scheme of my bathroom, and just gives me somewhere I can put all my toiletries and other such items I want to keep in my bathroom. And not bad considering I got it for free.